Hello, my name's Callan Wills,
And my name's Pierre Maynard.
and today you are watching the first episode of the Callan and Pierre podcast. So we've just started, and basically, who are we? We're just basically two people just basically wanting to share a bunch of random topics. I mean, it's not that difficult, really. So I suppose we've just wrote down a bunch of random bloody topics, and the first thing Pierre wants to bring up is football. So why'd you bring up football, Pierre?
Oh, I think football is just great. When you're playing football, when you're playing for a team, when, you score a goal and you score, everyone supports you, and it's absolutely brilliant. That's why I picked football as a topic.
So what did you want to talk about in particular about football? Because I know you're a Arsenal supporter. They did well against Chelsea in the Community Shield, didn't they?
Yes, they did brilliantly in the Community Shield. They scored a brilliant goal. The Chelsea manager wasn't very happy for his medal into the crowd.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. Because I see him, he's just like... we all know how much of a crybaby he is. So, cheers to that, Mourinho.
Thanks.
I mean... Well, yeah, Mourinho. I know you say Mourinho in the background. He's a bloody Chelsea manager, you ficko.
Sorry.
Better damn be. Now, me being a Leeds supporter, yeah, you can boo all you want, but I'm a Leeds supporter and I'm proud of it. So we won 2-0 against Everton at Ellen Road, showing our magnificent away kit. I'm happy with the yellow kit, really, because it's very close to retro. With it doesn't have a T-shirt sponsor of some kind. It's just a normal kit. That's how it should be in football. You don't need too much money. I mean, money's wasted. Well, not money's wasted, but it's pretty much wasted the true spirit of football, to be fair, in my opinion. What about you, Pierre?
What about me?
I'm asking for your goddamn opinion.
About what?
Money in football. What do you think?
Oh, money in football is just crazy. I think, in my opinion, they just use way too much money on footballers and players and sign up sign up a football player basically. They use way too much of it. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, that's the problem with money. I mean, obviously, when you go back to the 60s or 70s, the top players used to be worth only about, 250 grand at the very most. And, they used to be some of the best players in. No player weren't really a million boundary. Now you've got players like Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale worth, 80 million euros. And that's millions and millions upon millions of what? I'd rather spend it on a nice goddamn house than some player running around looking like he's superhuman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Why spend on a guy who's just going to run around and score a goal when you can spend it on buying a house, buying a car, having a life? Really, is what I'm trying to say. Basically, that's my opinion.
Now, I don't really follow football news, but I know for a fact that money is pretty much ruining football. I mean, come on. You got teams like Chelsea and Manchester City spending a hell of a lot of money. Now, obviously, you got to give some respect to managers. They did very well to get their team up. For example, Sir Alex Ferguson, he took charge of a Manchester United team that weren't doing well in Division 1, as it was known, I think, back then. I'm not sure. Depending if it was before 1993, I think. But all I know, pretty much in the 90s, that Leeds won the last Division 1 title before it officially became the Premier League. And, proud to be Leeds.
Proud to be Leeds. I'm an Arsenal supporter, so I can't really say anything about Leeds, to be honest.
You better not.
Why? Why is that?
You know why. At least, other teams who are supposedly currently worse than you, maybe not Leeds, but teams like Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa, have at least won a Champions League, Pierre.
Oh, well, come on. Wait, what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say Arsenal haven't won a Champions League, you dumb idiot.
Well, it's not our fault. Well, we won the Community Shield, and we've always won the FA Cup. So
Oh, well done. You've won the Community Shield. Beat what? Community Shield? Are you kidding me, Pierre? I mean, I know Arsenal were a good team winning the Premier League and that. They were invincible once, I've got to give them credit and everything. I respect them, but, as a Leeds fan, come on. Just because I respect them doesn't mean I like them. But massive respect to Arsenal, though. But, Pierre, come on. Come on, Pierre. Come on. Your team have never won a Champions League as far as I'm concerned. Come on. I mean, many English teams haven't, but come on. You have the world-class players, you have the money, spend it wisely, and maybe you'll get that beloved silverware for once.
Well, all I got to say to Leeds is, yeah, shit!
Yeah, well, at least we know how to do a decent kit. So we're moving on to our next topic, which is also chosen by Pierre, which is one that I pretty much like. Peep Show.
Oh, yes, love it.
Peep Show, yeah. So Pierre's saying love it, don't you?
I love the Peep Show. It's a great show, and sadly, it's going to end soon. The last series. It's a bit disappointing, but they've been doing so well with Peep Show, really well.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, their 9th and final series is coming out later this year, so I can't wait to watch it whenever I can. I might even tape it on my Virgin box. Well, it's not mine, but...
On your Virgin box?
Right, in Pierre's mind, he's probably thinking, oh, Callan's a virgin, oh.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Your own Virgin box.
My own Virgin box. See now, that's for crying out loud, Pierre.
What? Oh, I'm just saying,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm just saying, Virgin box.
I'm sorry.
You realise I'm sitting next to you and my hands are free. I've got one hand free, I can use it to inflict damage.
I know, stop. Okay, I'm sorry, let's continue then.
Right, I'm taping it on my Virgin box.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yeah, happy with that.
Good.
Alright, so about the Peep Show then, who do you think your favourite character is? I think mine has to be Jeremy. He's hilariously funny. He's a bit like me, to be honest. Lazy, doesn't give a shit, does music.
My favourite character has to be either Mark or Super Hands. They're two of the...
Super Hands is good. Really like Super Hands. Who do you think, who reminds you of Super Hands, do you think? Any people that you know that reminds you of Super Hands?
Well, not really much, because I don't know any crackheads unlike you.
Hey, hold on a minute. How am I a crackhead?
I didn't call you a crackhead, I just proclaimed you knew crackheads.
I didn't know well, the only crackhead I know is my brother.
Oh, how charming, Pierre. How charming you are to your family. There you are, laughing like the joker you are, clapping in the background. You can say all you like. But in the end, who's the real crackhead?
Me? Me? What about you? You're a crackhead, look at you.
I'm not a crackhead, I'm a food addict. There's a difference.
You've also got a bald head without the hair, obviously, because you got hair there, but you are a twonk, just to say that.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Please go to my channel, The Flatliner, and see if I have a bald head, as Pierre proclaims. I don't have a bloody bald head, you bleeding idiot.
Well, I'm just... Well, you do... Let me finish, man.
Well, stop choking on your words and spit it out.
Alright, okay, so... How about we continue a Peep Show, yeah? Huh?
That would be good, thank you.
Okay. So what else do we know about Peep Show then? We know already that they've been going for 8 seasons. No, 8 series now, yeah.
Yeah, 8 series, I can confirm that. Well, everybody can pretty much confirm that. Yeah. Just go onto Netflix, all you need to... That's all you got, the whole bloody package, 8 seasons. All you need is a subscription, really.
And I've got a question as well. Out of all of them, all of the women on there, like Sophie, Big Suze, Nancy and all that lot, who do you prefer? Who do you think is very pretty? To be honest, I have no idea. I reckon. To be honest, I think Big Suze is quite nice. Not so much about Sophie. I don't really think she's. But what do you think?
Well, this is where I make some quick evaluations here, because obviously the women of Peep Show, I respect each and every one for playing characters of who they are. But to talk about the characters, I don't like Sophie at all. I mean, she was all right at first, but when Mark started to get married and everything, she started to get all cranky, and when Mark jilted her at the altar, that's when it all got serious. She decided to be grouped with her friends, and when Mark came into jail, be credit as well as Sophie. The next thing you know, the women were like, he's a div and everything.
Well, that's true. That is very true.
Personally, I have to choose between Dobby, or otherwise known by her character's official name as Debbie, or, well, Big Suze, because, well, Big Suze seems, well, the most polite out of the lot, despite the fact that she does have her bad side as well. Dobby is pretty much the same. I think, both of them, in my eyes, are on the same level. I can't really, I can compare the two, but I just can't be asked.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Do you have a girlfriend?
That's a funny story, really, because I don't. I used to have a girlfriend, but it was only 2 weeks, and it didn't really count as a relationship, and I absolutely hated every goddamn second of it, and I'm not ashamed to say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you will find someone eventually.
Yeah, I hope you find someone too, because you haven't got a girlfriend, so you can't be the one to complain as well.
Well, I haven't had a girlfriend quite a long time, but I'm pretty sure, I think I'd rather wait for the right woman, to be honest. I'm just that sort of guy, that sort of person, to be honest.
Or you could go on Match.com or Tinder.
I think you should do that. I think that's your style, Callan. That's what I think.
My style. You think my style is going on to stupid bloody different types of social networking sites like, ooh, yeah, let's get a relationship on Match.com. I could change my picture to be everything.
Oh my God.
Look at me, look at me. Look at me, my name's Callan, I'm 42 years old. I really love old people.
That's amazing.
Just to clarify, I do not have an affair with love people. I'm just joking around. But obviously, Pierre likes to squeal a lot, don't you? Why don't you talk about your stories in relationships and going abroad, which is our next topic. Thank you, Pierre. The microphone is handed to you.
Oh, okay. Well, that is an interesting topic, to be honest, because I did go abroad. I went to France. In Allègre, and I went on an actual volcano, and it was really, the view was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was nice and sunny. It wasn't raining at all. It was really good.
So that was a good summary. So what I'm going to do is get you to extend this, right?
Extend this?
Well, yeah, extend. You know what I mean by extend? Turn 2 sentences into 50 paragraphs.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Yeah.
That's what extended. That's what the word extend always meant. Are you kidding me?
Sorry, but
Sorry doesn't cut it, Pierre.
I'm so sorry.
Now you're just being silly.
Yeah, I think I am.
Seriously, going all Barbie on me was silly. It's very silly.
Barbie on you? What the fuck?
You're doing it again, Pierre.
Alright then. So are we still talking about the topic going abroad?
Yes, I've been waiting for you to stop Barbieing.
Okay, I'll stop now.
Right. Now, I want you to create an imagery for the audience. So, day one, run me through the start until the end, and you have to create an image for everyone. The microphone's yours.
Okay, so it all started off, day one. I left at like 6 o'clock. I went into the van, went on the motorway. There was traffic everywhere. It was horrible. The ferry was delayed. There was traffic in France as when we got there. And as soon as when we arrived to our destination, it took us 23 hours. 23 hours. I was absolutely knackered. The house, as soon as I got in the house, it was so scary because it hasn't been decorated or anything. It looked creepy as hell. It was just terrible. So I had to sleep in that for a couple of days. And then I fell asleep on the chair. I had a dream. This is a funny story. I had a dream that I was stuck on something, and I woke up and I was stuck in the chair. I was literally stuck. I fell over on the chair and I got stuck. So that was quite creepy, to be honest, because I had a dream about it. But yeah, that was day one over. Day two, I was working, obviously, filling some walls, painting and stuff like that. We did go out for a bit. We went to Le Puy, which is a place where you can, like, just go to a hotel or something, or go to a cafe and have a drink or have some food. But it wasn't raining at all. It was sunny. But yeah, the third day we went to the volcano, and I tell you what, the view was absolutely fantastic. It was there was what you could see was there was mountains in front of you. There was houses in front. You could see everything, really. Eventually, I went up to the top of the volcano, but we couldn't go in the middle of it because if you put one foot forward, then you could sink in it very easily. So it was quite dangerous. So we couldn't go through the middle of it. The fourth day was different. We were working again. Fourth day, at least. Fifth day, working as well. Sixth day, we went out. Tried to go to a volcanic lake. We couldn't go in the lake, so that was a real disappointment. But yeah, it was really good. I missed it there. It was fantastic, and I've come back in one piece, and it's been one hell of a journey. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good imagery there, everything. But on day 5, you would just say just working and that. Could you explain it a little bit more to the audience?
Fifth day working. I was painting a ceiling. Had a roller and all that, and it was quite tiring, to be honest, because I basically did a lot of things. I'd fill in the walls, sand it down, paint it, and paint the ceiling too, and it was quite tiring, to be honest. Oh, and I did go to the baker's every day because I had to get some bread and some pain chocolat, what do you call it? And yeah, so yeah.
Well, it was very interesting. I hope you enjoyed your time abroad. Did you enjoy your time abroad besides all the delays in traffic and everything?
I had a really good time. It was really good.
That's brilliant. Would you recommend it to others?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. You only live once, and you won't get to see a chance to walk on a volcano again.
Exactly. I mean, well, this is no volcano walk, but this was a couple of years ago when I went to Dawlish Warren in Devon, and I was with my family, and I was with another family that we knew who's from, West Midlands. So what we did, we went to, after a 3-hour drive, it was only 3 hours, which is really good. Obviously, we went to the chalet that we were in. We had 2 chalets, one for each family, and they cost about £1,000 each to stay in for a week. We had to pay an extra 10 or so quid for Wi-Fi for the week, and obviously every day if I felt tired I'd just watch Challenge and on the TV and everything, but I did see everything else. We went to different pubs around Devon, which was a fantastic experience for me. It actually changed my personality a little bit so that I weren't the 15-year-old div. I was the 16-year-old responsible person for once. And obviously every night I went to this clubhouse called Woody's, I think it was called, and I'd go there every day, every night even, at 7 in the evening. And it was the first couple of hours was boring because of bloody bingo. It's like it just sounds really, really boring. I mean, I would play it definitely, but you know, you could. I'm just sitting here, just memorizing all the numbers. I'm like blind 90, and eventually
Blind 90.
I did not sound like that. I just went blind 90.
Oh God.
But you know, I was standing next to the pool table waiting to use it. Couldn't help but there was a sign saying, if you're 16 years or under, please go. I was 16, so I was like, haha, I went against the system again.
Brilliant.
So I was with my friend Jamie, and he's obviously one hell of a master to gambling machines, because the gambling machine barely won against him, and every time he put like 20 quid or so in, he'd always win about 40 back, which is amazing pretty much. If you can do that with a gambling machine, then you've pretty much got it straightforward, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So when the time comes, Jamie decides to play some games of pool, and obviously I weren't the best. I was more of a fluke person, as we call it. Basically, you depend on luck to win a game, and I did get a few games won, to be fair. But it was only about several months after I realised that fluking isn't going to get me anywhere. I need actual skill. So obviously that's when I started going up against my friend Luke. Obviously the best pool player, well, equal with Jamie, the best pool player I've played against at the moment. He turned out to be a right big threat to you. And obviously, Pierre, you've played him once before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I have. He's really good.
Tell me about the experience when you were on the table. How did you feel when you were up against Luke and how he was playing in that?
Well, at first, when I first saw him play, he was fantastic. He played well. And when I went up against him, I was so nerve-wracking because I didn't, know what to expect. I didn't think I was gonna, I knew I was gonna lose, and I did eventually. But it was a really close match, to be honest, because we were both actually as good as each other, to be honest. So yeah, it was really good experience.
Well, I'll tell you what. After that match at the local pub of mine, me and Luke had several matches after that, and every match I managed to just clinch wins in all of them.
Oh, fantastic.
But ever since, it's been more losses than wins against Luke because he's been absolutely on fire. But my recent times against him are spot on. Again, he was still on fire. I just don't know how he bloody does it.
Well, it's in his blood, isn't it? Really, the skill.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it was one time in sport, and people who have viewed me as the flatliner, well, not as the flatliner, but my old nickname on that same channel, in the Snake Callan, and I was talking. It was the vlog called Just Another Day. You can find it on the Flatliners channel, or basically just my channel. But basically, I talked about how I felt like Andy Murray against other people. I was winning and winning and winning and winning. And then my friend shows up, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Eventually, he won the game 7-0, because obviously you got to 7 points to win.
7-0? That is fantastic.
Bear in mind, he pretty much plays tennis quite a hell of a lot of the time.
Well, that's good for him. That's really good.
So I'm going to call you out on this podcast before I end it. Dom, I want a rematch.
Oh. And check out my channel as well if you haven't yet already.
Yes, please check out Pierre Maynard's channel. Just type in Pierre Maynard. He's pretty much the only mainstream Pierre Maynard on YouTube. So congratulations, Pierre.
Thank you very much.
Also, what I want to say is that we will have social network sites for the Callan and Pierre podcast coming up. We will get Twitter and Facebook running as soon as we can, so stay tuned for that.
And stay tuned for more upcoming podcasts.
Exactly. So, I've been Callan Wills.
And I've been Pierre Maynard.
And you have watched the first ever podcast of the Callan and Pierre podcast. Thank you very much. And just a disclaimer for people who have missed it in the description on YouTube or any other site like that. Basically, we have been sharing one mic. So sorry for any noise reductions or anything or any problems and that. So we want to apologise on behalf of that. And obviously, we've put a sock over the microphone.
That was my idea.
It was his idea to get rid of the background noise. So thank you very much for watching this podcast. Hopefully we will have more in the future. Well, obviously we will. Otherwise we will have made a Gmail account for absolutely naff.
Yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed this first episode of the podcast. I'm hoping we can continue this in the future.
Please also look out for my YouTube group, Daily Evolution. I managed to, it basically started on a forum called YT Talk. Sorry about the stuttering. It happens, basically.
Yeah, it happens.
So Daily Evolution is basically a group consisting of 7 people at the moment, 2 which haven't done videos yet because they've just joined, because we've had recent experience of people leaving Daily Evolution, and obviously it's just gone a little bit downhill from there. But please watch Daily Evolution. I'll be highly thankful for it, and you may even see Pierre in the future on Daily Evolution if someone else is to leave Daily Evolution itself. So what do you think to that, Pierre? If you have the chance, would you rejoin Daily Evolution?
Definitely. I really enjoyed Daily Evolution. The only reason that I got put off was because I didn't upload it at the right time and I was inconsistent. But if you accept me to Daily Evolution, I'll take that challenge and I won't let you down.
Thank you very much. This has been the Callan and Pierre podcast. Thank you for watching.